Hi, my name is Goldman. I'm the director and founder of Goldman & Associates. Our firm has a primary focus on family law issues here in Michigan. And today we're continuing our video series designed to educate and inform the public, so please subscribe to our channel. Today we're going to talk about ways to streamline your divorce, particularly 3 ways of streamlining it. And there are maybe 27 ways to do it. There may be 33 ways to do it. There may be a million ways to do it. But I'm going to give you 3 things that I think are important to kind of pare it down a little bit. I think the number 1 way to do it is, before you get involved with lawyers, have a discussion with your soon-to-be ex. Discuss the main issues like custody, parenting time, child support, property division, allocation of assets and liabilities. Try to get a general framework of how these things are going to be approached in your divorce. If you do that, you'll present to your lawyer some basis, some beginning stage where he or she can look at that and say, okay, I see where we're headed with this, let's focus on this. If you don't do that, these things will eventually be resolved, but you will feel in better control of the situation and the format of your divorce if you take some time to have a discussion about these major things. That will really streamline issues. Otherwise, you're just throwing a file at your lawyer and having them sort of sort through, and sometimes there are different priorities of importance that you feel that might not be obvious to other people. So it's very important to have that discussion. In that way, number 2, I would say that you should nail down what you're fighting about and what you're not fighting about. Divorces tend to bring out not the best in people, but sometimes the worst. People who are otherwise getting along and agreeing on stuff find that they can't even agree on what time of day it is. And it's not about what's right or what's wrong, it's about the fight. And it's about hurt feelings and other things that impede the ability to negotiate successfully. You can avoid that pitfall if you decide, you know what, I know we got 27 issues, but these 5 are really important to me, and therefore I'm focusing on these. I'm going to nail down those issues that are truly important to me, and I'm going to spend time on those things. And I'm not going to worry about the other things. I'm going to try and come up with a list of my major priorities. If you come up with a list of your major priorities and try to deal with that, your lawyers can assist you with that, like let's say custody, selling the business, what to do about the house. Those are major things. Come up with your list of the things that are important to you, and yes, the other things will have to be discussed, but have your lawyers focus on that while you work on the lesser important things. In that way, you may be able to streamline the process, which dovetails into the 3rd way of streamlining it, is decide what you're going to fight about. Decide, though, on which issues you want your lawyer to spend your retainer money fighting about. So many times in divorce cases, you'll have people who are fighting about things, and the lawyers will look at it and they can't even believe what's going on. I'll never forget a time when we were involved in a mediation process to try and work out the issues. And one of the issues was that husband didn't pay a bill on time, and it resulted in a $22 late fee. And so wife and therefore husband are arguing about what the payment of this. Wife said it's your responsibility to pay it. Husband said I couldn't pay it because of the money you were spending, blah, blah, blah. And they lost sight of the fact that they're paying 2 sets of lawyers, hundreds of dollars an hour, to argue about a $22 late fee. In the amount of time they spent introducing the topic, they had already spent more in legal fees than the whole thing was worth. So be very judicious about what you're fighting about. You've got to always ask yourself this question. Am I willing to die on that battlefield? Is that important enough for me to fight about? When I get a bill from my lawyer about that issue, will I say, yes, that is money worth well spent? Or am I going to say, no, I can't believe I spent $1,200 fighting over that $400 used refrigerator? Always be judicious about what you're fighting about. That will dramatically streamline the process, make you happier as a result. If you have any questions about that, reach out. We'll be glad to help you out.